Welcome to today's stream. Oh, wow, I can hear myself. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Should probably get these emails off first. Okay, looks like I'm all set. Yeah, it looks like audio is decent, and stream is up on YouTube. Yeah. All right, so today I'm going to be almost picking up where I left off yesterday, and that being trying to get application up and running so that I can integrate with Stripe. I've been looking at potentially using React Native, and I see here that this was published 6 years ago. So I'm probably not looking at the right package. So my current thinking is that maybe I can, instead of using Flutter, use something called React Native. And my reason behind that is that Stripe they have an official SDK for React Native. So some of the things that I need to confirm is that this does work with Android and iOS. I don't want to have anything that just works with one or the other. Just doing a quick pass through to see what all it's going to take to get started with this. Or I can just start off with an example project, which may be even better. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is get started using the example project. Just clone that repo in this directory, and let's try to get started with running the example. And go ahead and create a new terminal so that it won't keep closing on me. And I think I want to go into example. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is run a custom command called yarn bootstrap. Interesting. Am I in the right directory? Perhaps I don't want to do that. All right, perhaps I want to do that here. So maybe I was in the wrong directory. So we'll do yarn bootstrap. Yeah, I was in the wrong directory. All right, the next step is to set up environment variables. Then I can start. And oh, it's written in Objective-C. Okay, all right. And open up the workspace. They're using CocoaPods for package management. And huh, okay. Oh my gosh, okay. The engine node is incompatible with this module. Okay, interesting. All right, so we're going to use the latest version of Node 16 that I have on my system. We'll try that again and see what happens. Okay. Wait. Okay, I'm tripping, okay. So we'll do sudo n16. Interesting. Keeps saying that the thing that's installed is 16, but what's active is 18. All right. My system isn't letting me switch versions of. Okay. I've never had this issue where I can't switch the version. This is new for me. It's always something. I don't understand. Why can't I come to my machine and just work and not have to go through stuff like this? So what I'm gonna try is I'm gonna switch to version 18.11, which whoa, this is interesting actually. Yeah, this is actually interesting. It's not even using a version that was installed by N. It's using something else. Let's make sure that this is the right, like, it's indeed using this one here. Opt homebrew bin node, okay. And I think what I actually want is to use, well, let's take a look at user local. circle. Bin. No. Hmm. I'm gonna try deleting. Well, I wonder if I installed Node with Homebrew at some point. Okay, there's definitely a node here. Let's uninstall it. And I can't. Okay, my gosh. All right, brew. All right, let's see how we can delete this uninstall. Okay. Twilio. Oh, okay. So maybe I have some insight into why or how Node is now broken for me. It seems like whenever I downloaded the Twilio CLI, it pulled down a version of Node, which for some odd reason my system is trying to use that version of Node. Cause I don't remember ever installing 18 dot whatever. All right, so it seems like the first thing that I should do is uninstall the Twilio thing, because I only needed that for something I was working on in the past. All right, so we'll try Node again. Let's see if that'll work. Perfect. So now, all right, we get the version that I expect, 17 whatever, which is what I set it to. So if I go back to here and I do 16, 18, I expect that to work. And if I do dash version, all right, okay, now we're good. So it seems like by installing the Twilio CLI, it brought down a dependency of Node, specifically Node version 18, and it dumped that, or it installed that into Homebrew. So whenever I try to do Node, it's finding that version of Node first, because I think it appears in my path first. And I've already uninstalled it, but a way that I could have tested out my hypothesis is by taking a look at my ZSH file, the RC file specifically. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. Oh no, I don't take that back. So path here. So if I export out with this path, so let's look to see what's in my path. So we'll do echo path. Oops, I don't want to do that. Gosh, how do you? Oh man, I forgot how you look at it. Is it eval? I don't know. I forgot. Oh wait, no. Echo $sign path. There we are. So if we look here, we'll see that the ordering of this path variable makes a difference. And here we're saying that Homebrew it appears in the path first, which means that whenever the shell is looking for the command that I'm trying to execute, it's going to look here first, notice that Node isn't there, and it's going to look here and it's going to find Node. So a way that I could have tested out my hypothesis is by taking this user local bin, which is where N is putting things, and putting that before Homebrew. But I've already removed it, so we'll move on from that, and we'll do the command that started all of this. So I want to say that was yarn bootstrap, this one. Okay, the engine node is incompatible. Wow. Okay. I had to use node 15. It just that's interesting. Um, install 6 or 15. All right, so I'm just going to pull down the latest version of Node 15, and we're going to set it to that version now. Okay, let's try this again. The engine node is incompatible with this module. Expected version 12.13 or 14.15 or greater than 16. Wait a minute. All right, this is. Did I not? I started out with greater than 16. And it told me that it wants less than 16. Okay. WDIO sync. Is it the same? Oh no, this is npm log. Okay, my gosh. What? Okay. So it wants greater than or equal to 16, but this one wants less than 16. At this point, I'm not sure what it wants. I'm going to go back to the earlier version of 16. So instead of using the latest version of 16, I'll use the earliest version that I have. And we'll try it again. I didn't think I would be dealing with this type of stuff. Okay, wow. I've heard a lot of really good things about Stripe being like all their stuff being amazing, but my experience with it hasn't been that great so far. So here's what I've done. I've cloned their repo. I changed the directory to the examples directory, and I followed this first instruction, yarn bootstrap, and it fails there. And the failures are kind of concerning because it seems to be the case that these dependencies are stating that it expects me to use node version 12.13, which is weird, or 14.15, or a version that's greater than 16. So I can't use 15.14 or 15.14. But then when I come down here, we see that it expected a version of Node that's over 12 but less than 16. So yeah, that's interesting. These don't align. Now, what I can do is I can just download this 14. Let me put myself in stream mode. Oh man, the stream is looking horrible on YouTube. What's going on with that? Why is the stream looking so bad on YouTube? Is it just me? If anyone is watching on YouTube, tell me if it looks decent for you, because it looks like trash for me. Or maybe it's, I don't know, it can't be a bandwidth issue. because I have enough. All right, whatever. Okay. So, interestingly, I am stuck on the first step. The last commit was June 28th. I imagine there have been changes since June 28th that may not have been put here. Now I'm actually at a point now where I'm wondering if it's worth continuing to try to integrate with Stripe. For one, this Flutter Stripe, this doesn't work. It straight up doesn't work. And it says that the build is failing, but I don't think that should have anything to do with what I'm doing now. Or maybe the things that I need are in these release notes and not in the getting started instructions that are in the README. Perhaps they are expecting me to come and read all of this to understand all of the changes that they've done since the last time this worked last year, which is a full year of changes. All right, I'm gonna try Flutter one more time, just in case I need to show this to someone at work for why I am not going to be continuing to do this. Okay, so this Flutter project was bootstrapped yesterday. In fact, I may have actually. Okay. All right. I don't know how to use this study. Let's see if there's history here. Add Flutter as a dependency. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's some history here. Okay. So the thing that the reason why I'm showing this is just to prove that I in fact did do this yesterday. So we see here that this, that this commit only has one thing. It's this file. I added the git ignore. And my second commit, as you can see here, I added all of the files by essentially running Flutter create whatever the name was. And they were dumped into here. And you see this is the whole project. And on top of that, here's the date, November 19th. That was yesterday. Shortly before I rage quit. And we see here that my last commit was November 19th. So I haven't done anything since yesterday. And when we look at this closely, you'll see that the only thing that I've done here, and it seems like it's a lot, but that's because it's Flutter, is I added the Flutter Stripe dependency. And the actual change that I did, and not the things that happened as a result of me adding this new dependency, is here, if I can find it. Flutter, no, that's not it. Here we are. So this is the pub spec lock, but I want to show it in just the regular pub spec, which this looks like the pub spec here. So I deleted a lot of these lines because I don't need them. But you'll see here that I added Flutter Stripe. That's literally the only change that's going to affect anything that I did. Sure, I deleted comments, but that doesn't have any effect whatsoever. So yes, let's try to build this. Let's see what happens. I'm going to open up a. I guess we can do the iOS simulator. Okay, why did it? Okay, my gosh. Okay, we get a CocoaPods error. So it wants me to specify a platform. So I'll go ahead and open up the pod file. And I'm going to specify 13 because I saw in the release notes that version 13 or iOS 13 is now the only thing supported. So we got to use iOS 13 or above. And let's try it again. So I do want to note that I've been able to successfully to get this to build with the Stripe dependency, not used, but just installed into the project on iOS. Unfortunately, I've not been able to actually make use of the package and still have it compile and run. Guess taking a long time is a good thing. It's not failing immediately, just what it typically would do. Okay, so this part is successful. Let's make sure that I can get to the same part using Android. I'm going to run this on API level 33. Let's see, Android. So it doesn't make mention of a specific. Okay, all right, yeah. So version 5 says that we need to use at least 32. We're at 7 now, so I think 33 should be supported by now. I'm going to try that first. right. Okay, so I did this yesterday, so let me go ahead and change this to use the latest version. I think it's this one. Nope, it's the other one. So I hard coded this yesterday somewhere. I forgot what file I did this in. Wow, like I actually don't know where I did this last time now. Oh, never mind. All right, so I remember what happened. So I discarded all of my changes to make sure that I didn't do anything silly. So we're gonna use 32. I'm not really sure what NDK version means, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Or I will just let the build guide or the build fell and kind of lead me to where I need to be. So we'll go ahead and save that and try it again. Okay. And SDK version. Okay. I remember changing that yesterday too, but of course I didn't save it. And I think I need to go ahead and set this target to 33. Oh, by the way, if you watch these streams on Twitch, you'll notice that there's music that plays in the background. I have gone ahead and created a playlist, and every month, maybe, or every year, I'll create like a new playlist of some of the songs that, or the top songs, my favorite songs that appear throughout my streams. If you want to find out where that is, or if you want to see that, there is a link in on my account for Twitch and YouTube where you can see that. So you just come to Twitch TV, and maybe I should go to my profile. All right. So what you'll see is nothing. I suppose. How do I get to my channel? Oh, okay. It just took a while. So you'll see that there's a link here that says Linktree. If you click that link, it'll take you to my Linktree, where you have a bunch of options. Now, if you're interested in knowing what music, well, it's not all the music. I do want to like make sure that's clear. It's just my favorites from the month, like the tops that appear in my songs. So if you click music, it'll take you to my Spotify account where I have the inaugural Devlog playlist. So this is for the month of November. And the goal is to do this for every other month. And then maybe at the end of the year, I would, pick from all of the all of these and pick like my top N. I don't know what they are for right now. But at the moment, the way this is going to work is every month, like however many days are in a month, is the number of songs that will appear in the playlist. So I have a lot of different playlists and a lot of different music that I have. So this is whittling down, right? So like so far I have I think 20 something, 22, And you see that now it's the 20th, so that means that I only have 10 more songs that I can possibly add to this. In any case, I'll move on from that. Oh, also, if you are here from Twitch and you don't know that I have YouTube, I don't actually do videos yet, but in the future I will. But if you want to keep track of that, feel free to subscribe to me. At the very least, what you'll get is like my streams, right? So if you miss a stream and you want to catch it, you can watch it here on YouTube. Just be warned that there is no music on YouTube. So you only get music when it's streamed live. And yeah, so we're good. So it's building on both of these devices. Looks like we're good for now. Let's continue following the instructions for Flutter so that I can show the part where it breaks, and maybe I'll rage quit again. We'll see. All right. So I've done these things. It's currently at least building and deploying, but notice that I haven't actually done anything. So it says that I need to be using a descendant of theme.appcompat. I've done a lot of Googling for this. I don't know what this is. I can't find it anywhere. I didn't see it in Flutter's documentation, and I didn't see it in Dart's documentation. So we'll just Google this, and it's almost as if it's scrubbed from the internet because I don't see much. I don't see much in it, like much talking about it. So the name of that thing is appcompat. Nothing there about appcompat. Let's go on to Flutter. Well, I did type Flutter, and I don't know. I find search engines are pretty trash these days. They're only useful if you want to see an ad, which I don't. Yeah, so the fact that I put in Flutter and theme.appcompat, and nothing from the official docs comes up from Flutter. Like, this is, I'm not sure what to make of that. Yeah, don't see it here. But let's go on to the Flutter docs because this is where I searched last time and then I didn't see it. So we'll do theme, or we'll just do appcompat. And the only thing that I get is this. I mean, this seems like it would be something useful, but it's not. The only thing that I get is this. But then when I look for appcompat, nothing pops up. So these instructions telling me to use a descendant of theme.appcompat for my activity, and it provides these examples, and I've done this. So let's go ahead and open up one of these examples. And it states here that it wants me to change this parent for the style to theme.appcompat.light. However, when I do that, it basically fails. So let's try that out right quick. So we're going to do values / styles. Okay, well, we'll just do that since I can't do / styles and open it that way. All right, so at the moment, it looks like it's using this Android : style. I don't really know what that means, but it says that it wants me to use theme dot whatever. And when I did this last time, I wasn't using Android Studio, so I wasn't getting any type of support. But now that I am using Android Studio, it should tell me that it can't find a reference to the symbol or something along that line. All right, so there. Cannot resolve symbol theme. Cannot resolve symbol theme.appcompat. And then it just goes down the list in the most stupid way ever. It's just like, it's the dumbest way. It's like, obviously, if you can't find the symbol theme, like, you don't need to tell me you can't find any of its other children, because it's like, hopefully they don't think that people are using this are stupid. I get the feeling they think I'm stupid, though. In any case, let's also change this. Just like, you may be thinking, oh, it's because you didn't do this. Well, it's not. Go ahead and save that off. Now, whenever you change these things, it's my understanding that you have to redo the thing, right? Like if that makes sense. So we'll go ahead and stop this. Stop all. All right. So let's see if it'll work without failing. If it does, then this is interesting. I can actually go because I recorded my stream yesterday where this didn't work when I did that, but it seems to be working okay now. So we're going to go. I'm going to go with it. Next, I'm going to change the night version of this. So let's go back to res and we'll go to values night. And I'm going to take these same values in the same way that I did in the last file. So throw that in right there. Okay. Throw that in like so. So it said it's performing a hot reload. I don't trust it. In fact, I don't trust anything about Flutter. So I'm gonna just stop the whole thing and start again, just to make sure that it's gonna build. And unfortunately, I don't know how to clean the build. Actually, no, I do. I can do that from the command line. I'm not so useless when I can do stuff there. All right, this is Flutter strike test. Okay. Okay. Is it still running this? Stop. All right, we'll close that out and I'm gonna do clean here, Flutter clean. Just make this just a little bit smaller. I don't need it that big. I'm gonna run Flutter clean to throw away all this random stuff that I probably don't need. All right, cool. So this should do, or this should produce a fresh build for me. All right, let's try to get this to work on Android. Then I'll run the same thing on the simulator for iOS. This is honestly like, this is progress from yesterday. This didn't work last time at all. No idea why it's working now, but I'm not going to question it. Yeah, I was about to say, oh my gosh, I'm about to start questioning it now. Okay, well, it seems to work okay. So I'm going to run this on the iPhone now. We want to run this on 12. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened? I wonder if I can only have it running on one at a time. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that this is going to go off without much issue. So now I'm going to check out this updated build. I shouldn't have to do anything because I just bootstrapped this yesterday. It should be using the latest of everything. So this is in the Android build Gradle. And we see here it's using 7.1.2. I'm not sure, why is it highlighted in that weird color? So there's a 7.1.3. They're using 7.2.2. Wait, whoa. Wait, hold on. This is weird. I'm confused. Okay, so 7.1.2. This is using 7.2.2. So it's telling me that there is a new version, but it's telling me it's 7.1.3. Okay, well, huh. All right, so now I need to figure out like what version of this exists. So in September, 7.30 was released. So we'll change that 7.3. Oh, okay. All right. So maybe it just wanted to keep me in that same minor version. So yeah, we'll use 7.3.1, which looks to be the latest. And it has the Kotlin version, so I don't need to do anything extra there. And I'm also going to take a look at this example. So this is the Gradle wrapper property. So let's check mine out to see what's there. All right, so we have wrapper dist, Gradle user home, wrapper dist, and they're using Gradle 7.4 all. Okay, so we're using the same one. And then it says that I need to use a Flutter fragment activity instead of a Flutter activity in the main kit. I did this yesterday too. Now I'm not sure why it's working today. Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna put that in there, and we want to import a Flutter fragment activity, like so. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. Did it stop? Okay, well, I suppose it did stop. I don't know. But now I want to run on Android. My gosh. Wow, 12 gigabytes. And Firefox is using damn near 6. That's it. All right, first failure. Execution failed for app compile debug Kotlin. Let's see what that is. Okay, well, sure. See log for more details. Which, okay, which log? Ah, here we are. Unresolved reference, Flutter fragment activity. Okay, so perhaps this is not right. So let me just follow what they have in this example. I'm gonna just do both. I'm gonna do all of this. Wait, I'm not gonna import the example. I'm not sure why I would need to do that. I'm also not sure where that comes from. Ah, tripping. This error message doesn't make all that much sense to me. It's saying cannot access Android app activity, which is a supertype of main activity. Check your module class path. Okay. It's calling it an unresolved reference. I suppose there's no way to find the implementation, I guess. All right, I'm just going to try to run it and ignore this error. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's not really in a true error state. Oh, it built. Interesting. When you can't trust your tools, that's what this is starting to look like. Is you just can't trust your tooling. I guess it's still doing something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. Not really sure what it's doing right now. Right. It's just one of these situations where like I need to update something. Oh, maybe it did fail. Maybe it failed and I don't know. I really don't know what's happening. But I'm gonna try it again. Maybe I'll get a different result. All right, let's see if this still even exists. This Flutter fragment activity. Okay, it's just a fragment activity now. Okay. So we'll just put fragment activity. I'll get rid of both of these and let's see if it can import it for me. Import. So it looks like at some point a name was changed. Mm, it's not clear to me where I import this from. Like, does it just exist somewhere? Let's try to build, see what happens. Oh, okay. It did something. It looked like it crashed. If it did, I should see a log. Yep, okay, perfect. All right, so this is progress. Unable to instantiate activity. Okay, didn't find class. Okay, so it can't find this app main activity. Uh, is it Flutter fragment? Flutter fragment activity. All right, so I think I understand the problem at least a lot better than I did yesterday, and it has a lot to do with the fact that the project that I'm working out of is old. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say project. The dependency. Let's look for Flutter Stripe, which isn't an official package, by the way. That's also worth noting. So it says using Flutter fragment activity instead of Flutter activity, and they give an example. Here, this Flutter fragment activity. So I'm gonna try that. Maybe no. Okay, no. Still not happy. I wonder if I need to name this as a package. Let's try that out. Nah, it doesn't have any impact as I expected. Okay, so it's saying that it cannot access app activity, and I don't know what that means. Ah, legacy. Okay, I don't know how to get to that, but sure. So I don't know what's. Oh man, I don't know anything about this ecosystem, but it's a lot of stuff you got to do. So under tools, there should be something called Android. Now, either I am incapable of reading, or the word Android does not appear anywhere in this list. Android Studio 3. Okay, what version am I using? Wait, when is this answered? 21. Okay, wait. Oh, no, no, no. 2018. Ah, okay. 2018. So obviously it's not the same. Sync project with Gradle files. Okay, okay, file. It's not there either. All right, I'm gonna do what he says. Like, because man, trying to find stuff in the UI, man, it's not, that's not for me. So I think Gradle files end was Gradle, I think. So he's saying to just make a change to a Gradle file and save it, and this should offer to do something. Would you like to install shell check to? No. Okay. Oh, maybe. Okay. All right. This isn't even a Gradle file. That was a Gradle W, and not sure what that means. But here's something that has dot Gradle, which I think is what I want. Right? Dot Gradle. Okay, yeah, build dot Gradle. Let's make a comment and see if it offers to do something. It's not offering me to do anything. Used import. Okay. Oh, there's a button in here? Looks like a little elephant, I guess. Man, it would be really nice to know how to make the UI bits larger in this, because this is ridiculous. I can't read any of this. And there's no tooltips. How the hell am I supposed to know what these are? Perhaps I can just do a help here and then say sync project. Okay, no. I don't I don't know how to do that. When is this answer? Like, okay, 2018. Okay, no wonder. Do a clean install. I don't have the time or the patience to do that. So this isn't going to help because these answers are all stupidly old. And apparently their IDE, this Android Studio IDE, changes fairly often. All right. I am pretty lost. And what the hell is using up all of my, like, what the hell is Firefox doing? It was that site. Okay. Must have been running some type of crypto mining spyware. Um, get rid of that. Try to run it again. Maybe it'll work magically this time. I don't know. It's saying that it can't find the class main activity. Ah, I'm sure this exists. I'm going to undo this fragment business that I was doing. Flutter activity. Okay, so we're going to leave it as that. So this is what it came as automatically. Like I didn't do anything to do this. And it's erroring out. This is how this is how this project was bootstrapped. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a clean because I can't trust my tools, and this is honestly one of the worst positions to be in, to not be able to trust your tooling. Try to run this again. All right, well, it's doing something. It should pop up because it was working last time until I followed the instruction that led me to failure. Well, what the fuck? Okay. All right, yeah, so here it is working now. But according to the instructions, I need to create this Flutter fragment activity. All right, so what I'm gonna do is import this, and it shouldn't cause anything to break, but I am gonna run it just to see what happens, right? Like maybe it'll fail just from me trying to import this. If this doesn't fail, I'll go ahead and do what's on line 6. Okay, so it didn't fail. So I'm gonna take this bit and try this yet again and see if it works this time. I'm gonna stop, and I'm also gonna do a clean again. Okay. Well, it worked this time. It didn't work yesterday at all, and I tried it several times. And it didn't work today. I tried it several times. But maybe it'll work this time, hopefully. All right, that's okay. This looks promising so far. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. All right, so perfect. I can move on. Rebuild the app. Okay, cool. So I think I'm done for the Android side. All right, and then for iOS, I need to target iOS 12. To upgrade your iOS to target 12, you can either do so in Xcode under build settings or by modifying. Okay, so we need to open up the, oh, come on, leave me alone, the iOS project now. And this is so weird. Like, I don't understand this IDE at all. No matter. I will just open it the way I know how. So we'll do open the workspace is what we want. I think it's runner workspace. So this is saying to go under the build settings and set the iOS deployment target. That way. I've already updated the pod file. Let me show that. I did that today actually when I first started this stream. So we'll see here that I'm targeting iOS 13, and the reason why I'm using 13 is because I read in the release notes, not in their doc, but in the release notes it says that the SDK now requires at least version 13. And let me show that actually. It's in the stream, like on YouTube, but I'll show it again. So here, so version 7 now adds support for 13 and up. So I interpreted that as just use version 13. Okay. So let's get Xcode here into the picture. And here we are, minimum deployments. I'm going to set that to 13 and come into build settings and make sure that there's basically the right version. I don't think I have to set that here though. I think that gets set for me. But just I will confirm though. I need to confirm. iOS 13. Okay, we're good. So that target is fine. Let's come here into build settings. And let's see, target. Deployment target. iOS deployment target. This should be 13. All right. And we're going to do the same here, 13. So that looks good. And we'll come into info. Oops, build settings. Info, 13. And 13. Okay. So with that, I am going to run this on my simulator that I also have up and running. In fact, let me do this. Let me do some window management. Put this. Wait, what's going on? Why is my computer going slow? I'm not used to things going slow. What the hell? I'm just coming here to make sure there's no like energy or performance save. I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm doing full performance. Okay. So I'm going to target my iPhone 12 that's here. I think that's just iPhone 12. Yeah, 15.5. Yeah, so we'll target that. We're going to run this runner. And let's just see what happens. Did it fail? The sandbox is not in sync with the pod log. Okay, sure. I'll do pod install. Interesting. We're gonna try this again. This message doesn't make much sense to me. Set the base configurations of the target runner to target support files. Okay, well, let me go ahead and copy this. I'm not gonna copy it just yet. It may work. All right, perfect. Okay. Well, not perfect yet, but it is running. our UI isn't showing up, so I'm not sure what that's about. There we are. Man, that's jank. That is so slow. Okay, so my UI does appear, so we're good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick break. I have to use the restroom, and I will be back for more, I suppose. And hopefully I can get started with the actual initialization of Stripe and like getting something up, right? So yeah. So they have an example app. I'm not going through that. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through that. But I'm instead gonna do is create these things here and try to get that set up myself. But like I said, I'll be right back. I'll be back. All right, I am back, and we're going to pick off where I left off, which is we're going to try to get the SDK initialized. Now, I wish that there was a little bit more about, like, a little bit more information about how to initialize. It just says use the Stripe base class. Okay. Okay. Sure. All right. So I guess for that, I will need to just go to the example and hope that it's set up in a way that I will just know how to do it, because they're not giving me any information on how to do this. This seems like the perfect place to give me that type of information when you consider that, like, this is an SDK, right? Like, tell me how to use it at least. Uh, Maybe lib? Okay. Main. All right, so they have this environment.dart, screens.dart, but I don't see anything here that mentions Stripe. Maybe it's this. Maybe that's it. So that may be the import that I need. And honestly, I really don't know, to be honest. We're going to do this in the main activity. All right. And then they're doing this stuff in the, I don't know what this is, but they're doing it here. I'm not sure what widgets Flutter binding is or where that comes from. So I'm just going to copy it over as is and hope that it does something. Main is async, okay. All right, so this is slightly different. So we're gonna do async. Is it gonna help me out here? Or does it? Okay, all right, it's just magic. Okay, it's magically there. Man, I really dislike Dart as a language. Like, everything about this I don't like. It's too much magic going on. Like, where does this come from? All right, and then I'm gonna take these things. I'm not really sure what the URL scheme is meant to be. All right, well this, that's not. All right, so it's okay, sure. I think that's fine. So, I'm gonna open this in code. I really, I really don't like Android Studio or IntelliJ or any of their IDEs. They're all trash to me. Okay, so app is not the one. It's lib that we want. And I assume that I'm going to put the file here. Let's see what they did in their project. Okay, so they have a config Dart here, as well as a .env.dart. So let's create that first. And it looks like they are going to have the Stripe publishable key in that. Yeah. All right. And this config, I don't know if I need this. Ah, okay, this is for the server. Okay. Not sure what K API URL is, but sure. Uh, Go to main Dart again. URL scheme, Flutter, Stripe. I don't understand this URL scheme. Like, what is that? All right, I'm just coming to the documentation so that I can search for it that way. And let me make sure I'm gonna search for the right thing. Stripe URL scheme. I'm gonna just do URL scheme. Okay, nothing. Where is the reference? Is there a reference? Reference. Stripe API. I imagine it's going to be this right here. So let's hope that there is a URL scheme in here. Nope. Okay. Okay. Undocumented functionality is always great. Maybe this has a reference of it. So let's do URL scheme. We'll just search the entire repository for it. So it looks like the Swift part of this requires it, this URL scheme. It looks like it could be undefined. Yeah, so this question mark means that it could be like a nullable or is optional. I'm not sure what words we want to use for that right now. And its default state is set to null. Get val or, okay, so it looks like it's okay. It'll handle null. And what they're doing is they're just setting it to Flutter Stripe, but I don't know what I'm supposed to set mine to. So I think I'm going to leave it empty. Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm going to leave that empty in mine. Okay, so my merchant identifier, that's going to need to change. And am I doing this await yet? So I'm going to get rid of that and do that. have the Stripe publishable key wired up at least. And I'm gonna delete all this. This is noise to me. We'll just delete all of that. The reason why I'm going ahead and doing that now is because I think I'm at a good point to start actually building out some UI once I initialize Stripe. All right, so I'm going to need to run a server as well. I'm going to run the server that's included in this example here. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, maybe I won't. All right, I'm going to have to build my own server. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is old. This is very old. Oh. Wait, didn't I thought I did some work to organize these. Man, look at that. Look what's happening to my machine. Why is this so slow? I wonder if this processor here is my GPU that's currently tagged at basically 100%. I guess it's moving okay here. But whenever I do these are kind of slow. It takes a second before it actually does it. I'm used to these things being instant. Yeah, it's kind of slow. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that I have this new monitor sitting here. I hope it doesn't, but it probably does. Okay, well. Back into here. And let's see what they're doing. So we're not doing anything with Stripe here in the app, so we're good there. So this must be the initialization up here. We have this init state. I don't think I have to worry about that. Honestly, I don't think I have to worry about anything here. Let me confirm that. Where? Okay, here we are. Okay. I think this is all I need to do here. So let's put my publishable key in here. Now, I do understand that this is on a stream, but for those of you who think that you're just going to copy this, just know that like it will get changed. Maybe after I finish what I'm doing. And by maybe, I mean I am. So waste your own time at your own risk. So as far as I understand, I should be able to get some of this stuff by going to like one of these pages here, and it has like the publishable key in the docs. At least that's my understanding, but I don't see it, so I'm gonna pull off screen and go to my dashboard. Publishable key. Perfect. All right. All right, so we have this set up. So let me I'm gonna stop both of these. All right, so I'm gonna run this again, and this time I'm gonna pay attention to logcat. So I need to clear these logs. So I'm looking for something around Stripe. Like I'm assuming that whenever Stripe initializes that, it's going to write something. And okay, maybe I shouldn't assume things. Instance apply set. I mean, the fact that it launched means that it had to have done this. Let's see. Oh, well, there's more stuff happening. Maybe these are not the logs that I care about. Let's see if there's anything in run. No. I guess I'm just gonna have to trust that that's working. I don't have any insight into what's going on, so I'll move on. Uh, Install the server. Well, no, that's not what I want. I want to know how do I actually do my own thing. All right, so I can create a payment method, handle the next action, confirm a payment, present Apple Pay. All right, so maybe is that an available? Yeah, it is. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on this button. I'm just gonna call the thing. I think this needs to be async. I'll call the set state last, right? Because I don't know. I don't have a because right now. But we're going to try to do present Apple Pay. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. Okay. So is it under on Stripe that present? Okay, my God. Okay, all right. Now, how do I access these methods? Maybe I'll do Stripe instance. Maybe that's the thing. Instance dot present. Oh yeah. All right. Cool. That's it. Params required. Apple Pay present params. Okay. Okay. That doesn't. Okay. Sure. Let's not present that. Let's present something else. A payment sheet. Let's do that. We'll present a payment sheet. Is this unavailable? Yep. Now it should have rebuilt. But maybe it didn't, so I'm gonna stop and restart. All right, it's failing. Expecting binder but got null. Okay. Oh wait, they're docs? Are there actual docs? No, no, they're not actual docs. Okay. Ah, okay. So it may be doing something. It actually may be doing something. Let's see. Uh, maybe I can investigate. So if a HTTP request is being sent out, then that's good. We're just yeah, that's good. Let's do this in an existing terminal. And I'm gonna stop it from here. I'm now gonna run it from a terminal here. Is it random? All right, so I'm gonna run this, and then we'll do Flutter devices. All right, so emulator that. So I'm gonna run this. What the fuck? All right, where is my tool? All right, here we are. My God, this is really slow. It's really slow. What's going on? I wonder if it's because I'm recording. I'm recording at 60 frames per second. Typically, I only do 30. So maybe the fact that I'm recording as well as streaming to two different platforms at the same time, along with running all this other stuff, maybe that's having an effect. All right, so I'm gonna come over here. So maybe I should move my client to here so I can see what's happening. So let's see if any request pops up. Or anything's happening here? All right, how do I turn off this automatic movement? Because it's not letting me scroll and it's really annoying. Okay, all right. Is there really no way that I can stop these from moving? I guess not. I don't see any requests being intercepted. Assertion failed. All right, expecting binder but got null. All right, let's figure out what that means. Just a, oh wow, I realized that my audio is not properly adjusted. This is what happens when I don't have someone to manage this. Streaming is difficult. It's a lot of stuff that you got to keep track of. In addition to work, like if you're actually trying to work like me, it can be a pain. But in any case, I wanted to share that this song that's currently playing is one of the ones that made it to my list for this month on the Devlog playlist. All right, I'm gonna close this one and I'm gonna quit. I'm also gonna close that. I'm currently closing things to see if that will help with like the I don't know like it seems like my computer's going slow. Oh, okay. All right, that explains it. Okay. I'm pushing the limits of what this machine can do. I don't know whether I should be happy or perturbed. I was under the impression that this thing could support up to four 6K Pro XDRs. Sorry, I'm about to go off script right now because my computer's going slow. Like these these right here, like these animations are stupidly slow. You all probably won't notice it, but like when I tap, like it takes a second for it to actually happen, and it doesn't normally do that. So I need to confirm how many monitors this Mac Studio can truly support because I feel like I've been lied to. Monitor displays is maybe is what they call it. Displays support for up to 5 displays. Okay. Does it say what type of displays? That would be helpful to know. See tech specs. Displays. Support up to 5 displays. Support for up to 4 Pro XDR displays. All right, now, all right. This means we're having an issue here. Over USB-C. Thunderbolt 4 digital video output supports Nate. Okay, that okay. Why is this going so slow? What's using up all of my GPU? GPU percent. The Windows server is using 30%, but that's normal. Okay, Ecamm Live. Okay, I see. So my screen cap software is using 30%. Twitch is using 11%. Well, actually more. It's using 15% when you look at all of them. Okay. I suppose man, okay. I'm now having regrets of not getting the upgraded GPU. I bought the regular. I don't. Let's see what I have. Um. Okay. It doesn't. Okay. Sure. It doesn't tell me which one I have. Is it video or graphics that we are? Let's see. What do I have? All right, so I have the 48 core. I suppose that I thought that that would be enough. Yeah, I got the whatever. Oh, it was here the whole time. I feel stupid now. Yeah, so I have this one, and I have the base one, like the base version of this. How much was it to get the extra core? Okay, I understand why I didn't get it now. I okay. No way I would pay $1,000 extra for 12 more cores. No, no. Oh man, this isn't great. I suppose. I guess in the future, if I want to avoid these slowdowns now, because now I'm using three displays, so like I'm much more exposed to it now. I guess in the future, what I can do is not stream to two platforms at the same time. So like I could just stream directly to YouTube, but I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'll just tolerate the slowness. It feels like my old machine, like at the fastest it's ever been. This actually feels like my old machine, which, yeah. All right. Anyway, let's keep moving forward. What's happening here? So I closed all that other stuff because it wasn't giving me much value. We're gonna put this on project. Yeah. All right. I'm just quitting some things to try to get back more of my GPU. Oh my god, come on, respawn, please. Just there we are. Yeah, I actually need to think about conserving resources now, unfortunately. So they were putting all of their stuff in these, I think, in screens, or it may have been widgets. Let's do screens. I have no idea where example is coming from. Never mind. All right, it's a class. I suppose this is a constructor, and there is a function called. Oh well, no. Oh, this is a widget. Okay, so it has to have its a build. Okay, it's returning a list tile. I don't know what that is, but sure, it's going to return that. We have a list of payment method screens, and then we define those screens. Well, actually, no, I don't know. All right, payment method screen, and then we have a list of widgets, which are screens. And we have this example selection, which, okay, that's this class definition here. So it's just going to have a title, children, and whether or not it's expanded. So I guess that's some state for whether or not we want to show it. All right, we have a constructor, which takes an optional key. Not sure what that key is going to use, but it's being passed to the stateless widget. Okay, I see. Then we build an expansion tile. Okay, I got it. Oh man, it would be really helpful to know where is this closed. Is it closed here? Because if it is, that means that these things right here are part of this example widget. I wonder which one of these things are being rendered. We have the Flutter. Okay, we don't care about that. This is the actual SDK. All right, screens here. This is what we care about. These two, maybe. Specifically this, the screens.dart. So now I need to find where is this being, I don't know, rendered, if that's the right word. All right, we're creating the state. Not sure what that is, but we're going to do it. All right, we override build, list view, and final example. Okay, so we're going to example.screens, which I have no idea where that's coming from. I have no idea where that's coming from. Example app theme. Okay. So I think I have a high level understanding of how this is working, but let's see. So that's the screens. Oh, so it's coming from screens, I think. So these example, like this example thing, that has to be coming from here, I suppose. Example selection, wallets, example, man, okay. So given that I've done this, perhaps I can upgrade the Flutter project that Stripe is not Stripe, Superbase is hosting in their repo. All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, but I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just do this. I mean, it's easier for me to talk to myself with no camera on, so I'm gonna talk to myself with no camera on. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. And I may be back tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. I don't like talking into the air, but I'll get used to it over time. But for now, I'm gonna head out. Have a good night.